Hello everyone and welcome back to the tutorial series. This video is going to be about making clips from your video to actually use in your presentations. And just before I start, I should point out that yes, I've had a bit of a cleanup here in the filters. I've taken away the mask filter from the previous video because, well, the mask filter is a very specialized form of anonymization. I'm quite happy to go forward with just the sketch filter for the purposes of this series. Anyway, on to the purposes of this video, making clips. So first of all, I should just reiterate that the fantasy that we're working under for this series is that this is my raw data. So all of this down here, this sample data, this is all my raw data. And what I want to do is extract clips from this raw data and present them somewhere. And really how this is going to work is going to depend on the setting in which you're going to be showing it and the purposes for which you're going to be showing it. So for example, if you're talking about a conference setting, you might need to, well, almost certainly in a conference setting you would need to make multiple clips. So you would, because in a conference, if you were doing a conference presentation, you would probably have multiple slides and each slide would have a different clip on and you would analyze them separately. On the other hand, if you're doing a data session, you might only need one clip, or there are some settings where you might need two clips, but you might need to have them all in one video. And those are the three things I'm going to be talking about in this video. So to start with, how to make just the one clip, just clip the one chunk of data from the longer piece of data. How would we do that? Well, very simple, as you can imagine. I'll just close the filter window here because we don't need that in this video. As you can imagine, we're going to use the split at playhead function again. Now, I happen to know that in this chunk of video here, I asked Charles 3 questions. And let's say that for, I don't know, a data session, I only wanted to present the first question. So I was only interested in Charles's answer to the first question. The rest of the questions don't matter for the data session. So what I would do, so I know that Charles, I know because I went through and took notes, I know that Charles stops answering the first question at the 1:20 mark or thereabouts. So what I would do, again, I'm left clicking on the playhead here and just dragging it along, and I've got to drag it along until, yeah, somewhere around the 1:20 mark, and I'll just press play.
Pack my bags and go. So okay.
What a great end to an answer. So we're going to go back and just if you wanted to be precise about it, I don't think anyone's going to criticize you if it's not exactly right, but I'm just going to try and be precise here. And again, I'm using the arrow keys to go frame by frame. So yeah, that's the end of the question. That's the end of the question there. And what we need to do is go back. You know what? That's close enough. So what we need to do is use the split at playhead function again. So we right click on here. Again, you can just use the S key, but I'm using the method that gives some sort of visual feedback. So you click on split at playhead there, and that splits the video. And very important to remember in this case, of course, to split the audio as well, because if you get rid of the video but not the audio, this is what will happen.
And how did you...
And that's the point in a data session at which the presenter runs up to the computer and starts going, what's going on here? What's going on here? So very important to remember to do both splits, and I'll just do it again. It was about there, wasn't it? The end of the question. Split at playhead and split at playhead, and then we just delete that. Delete that. And I'm just using the delete key there. There is a method as well where you can do this if your delete key happens to be broken or something, you can just right click and remove. And there we go. And we now have just this one chunk of data that I could go and present in a data session. And of course, if this is all I wanted to do with it, I could just go to export, YouTube, and export file, and that would be it. That would be my clip.